Together, let's crack a beer. I've already done this at 2 o'clock. Pretty much going to say the same thing, so move on if you want. I have a new channel, Dolly Dolls World on YouTube. It's going to be kid friendly, no comments. We're going to see if my algorithm can change if I turn into a good human being. I doubt it. I doubt it, Bill. Like, do you really think that's the only problem? Like, can you imagine if that's the only problem? Is I just have to not comment and not talk to people and just put out some quality videos. Bill's on. Well, I'm FaceTiming with Bill right now in Messenger, so it cost us no money. Hello all. Hello all. And I will say this about Bill. He doesn't want to be a big star like me. He likes his 40 acres and he's building his daughter's room right now. And he bought, what'd you buy? It's like plywood. What do they call that, Bill? Wood wall paneling, like in trailers, white trash trailers. You can put a fist right through it if you're mad, if you were young. Definitely throw a body through it. Just try not to hit the studs. The studs will mess you up. Okay, so to get that off the table, got the first Dolly doll on YouTube. I would love for you all to go subscribe to that if you want to watch my bulldog's life. We're going to go pick her up on Wednesday. Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping off. I got a lot going on. We got her bed. We're going to introduce her to both the bulldogs, Oliver and Penelope. Now, my daughter bulldog is 3, so that means 21. My son is 4, same mother, and that makes him 28, I believe, right, Bill? Did I do that right? 21, 7, every 7 years, 28. Well, thank you for muting me. Bill's sawing a cut in his room right now. So, hope you all had a great weekend. We are going to start off. How you doing, Mountain Lover? We're going to start off. We're going to start off the week bright and early tomorrow. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm going to go down south and pick up my puppy. Now, I already have 2 puppies, a 3 and a 4-year-old, so this is like a 3rd child. You're from India? Oh, all right. How fun are you? Never been to India. What am I doing? Well, what I do is I go down and I collect these lobsters and halibut and I kill them with a spear gun. And then I eat all the food that comes from it and feed my family and friends. And then I take their skin. This is a 204-pound halibut fish. And I turn it to leather. So this is leather is going to go into my new spear gun. My buddy's starting a custom spear gun shop. And he's going to make me my dream spear gun for halibut season, which is about to start. It's what I'm known for. I am from Monterey, California. Don't judge because I'm from California, please. Country, love foreigners' minds. Oh, I'm happily married, but thank you. You're probably a beautiful person. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but man, good country. I mean, it is. America's kind of weird right now. I mean, either you like Trump or you don't. I personally like him. That brings down my algorithm, so I can't say that. So, I'm a male. I need a female. Okay, any females that want an Indian dude? Let's be friends, bro. Let's be friends. Share me out to your boys. Maybe we can find you a woman here that wants a Indian man. What are you guys? Do you guys like to cheat? Or do you, like, what is an Indian man known for? Like, are you loyal? Do you just want love? Like, what are we looking for here? Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob, I'm finding out about, I like big women. Oh, God, you like the big ones. I like the skinny ones. Wow. Okay, cheers, brother. Like, when you say big, how big? Like you like a 400-pound woman? Or do you think, Bill, what's 400 pounds in the other language metrics? That's a huge bitch. But okay, Bill, who cares about that? Big in age. Oh, so you like mature women too? All right, well, I don't have any of those for you. I don't know if my daughter's big, but she hates me, so you can't have her. I would kill you if you touched her. It's just me, unless she was in love with you. Or body, no problem. I like them all. So do I, Bob. You got to see my algorithm now. I don't know why. It's chicks that are in bikinis that are overweight. And it's just the weirdest thing. I'm not even into that. They got my algorithm, though. And Bill, I can't get rid of it either. Like, Bill keeps sending me videos. And my algorithm gets stuck. I don't know what he's into. Some weird shit. Skinny legs and all. That's what I like, Bob. I like the skinny, tall, skinny, blonde. That's my wife. I love my old man. Good looking woman. Mountain lover, I got lucky. I did not the first time. Jesus, the first time. You want somebody with a whole bunch of trouble? You go look up my ex-wife. I think she's happily married. She should be. She has control of the kids' minds. The kids are old. Couple days. Welcome, Dolly Molly. Thank you, Bob. Absolutely. If you can, go over. You don't have to share these out, but just if you want to watch Dolly Molly's life, I have a new website. There's going to be no cussing. There's going to be no killing. Well, there is, because I'm going to bring up fish. She's going to be on all the boats. I have 2 years with her before she's going to go into the wolf pack and just retire herself and sleep on the bed all day. That's what they do. Yeah, I might be a good person. I mean, I'm a good person to me and my wife. My ex-wife will tell you I'm a terrible person. My kids, I don't know what they'll say. Daddy's gone crazy, maybe. Do you remember me, Finn? Bill, do we remember Finn? How do we remember Finn? I remember you from a couple nights ago, Finn. On YouTube, right, Bill? Was he the young kid from... That wasn't the... Hey, if you're 14, if you're under 14, please, or under 18, please, shoo. Go to a different channel. I got to follow the rules and regulations of YouTube. So that's why I went with a new channel. That one's going to be devoted to Dolly Molly's life. You get to see her on the boats. You get to see me pick her up. You get to see me right now. My buddy Justin, he's a captain of mine. That thank you, Bob. I believe I am, but I could be a narcissist, according to my daughter. Do I believe that? No. Am I having fun in life? Yes. I dropped my wife off at the airport at like 6 o'clock this morning. She's down in Long Beach right now. She might... Hang on. Water went down the wrong tube. She might even go over to Catalina, believe it or not. I've been over there a couple times with her. We got Airbnbs. We got in a fist fight at the Blue Marlin. Not with each other. And my wife is a firecracker, and I don't know, there was some drunk guy in the bar, and challenged. It used to be pool. My wife and her good friend are pool sharks. They grew up in bars and played pool and were better than the men. When the men take on hot women and lose, they get mad. I normally step in and say, hey, listen, that's my wife, a girlfriend, fiance, whatever she was. And the nonsense normally stops. Well, it didn't. I went to go get us drinks, and she went outside with this guy and beat the fuck out of him. And then they were trying to keep me inside because I was going to rip his head off. This is right there in the alleyway. They only have 3 sheriffs on duty in Catalina at a time. 2 of them are on duty and 1's off, but we'll back up. They do have a little jail there. We didn't have to see it. Tasers were deployed or weren't. And I had to have a serious talk with my girlfriend, wife now. Back then, I said, listen, you cannot go outside and fight some dude because they were holding me back because they knew what I would do to that guy. You beat him up, sure. So, I'm on the Peace Boat with Jessica and Nick up north, friends. Oh, yes, my buddy. I don't know if you're watching. The Peace Boat's out there. My buddies are out there trying the weather. I don't know what it's like, man. I know the Vision came back in because the weather was too bad. It's a 4-day trip, and they came back in, and everybody's home now. So I'm going down. I didn't do lobster season's over for me. I'm not hoop netting anymore. I'm picking up my puppy. I had a great season. I learned how to make lobster sausages. If you're watching last night, tomorrow I'm going to add green food coloring to my lobster sausage, and I'm going to make another hamburger. But this time I'm going to not use the pretzel bread. I'm going to use sourdough bread, and I'm going to cut a nice little hole like your mom used to make, so it's perfectly round. And then I'll barbecue the lobster sausage with green dye in it, and that'll be my St. Patty's Day dinner. My wife is not here to cook me my beef and corned beef and cabbage. The market is selling it. It's a specialty this time of year. So yeah, I think you have to buy it today and start preparing it today to make it work for tomorrow. I don't know how to do that. I didn't take that class. My wife normally does that, but she's enjoying herself with some good friends down south. And she might go to Catalina. And the greatest thing about Catalina is in the old days when I was over there with my cell phone, I would have service only there. When we were at other islands, there was no service, no contact. People either died or they didn't. Some people died. I've been on the boats when they've brought up bodies. That's fine. It's not fine. It's terrible. It ruins your trip. I've seen it all. And I'm 54 and I'm rocking it. And I just started a new social media career. Now you can help by sharing me out, sure. Going to the website, CWolf13, order yourself something. Or just to be entertained. This is entertaining. I'm going to go down. I'm going to pick up a dog. I'm going to bring that dog into our wolf pack. We call us the wolf pack because I'm Sea Wolf, right? Ha ha ha, Mrs. Wolf. You got Ollie Wolf and you got Penelope Wolf. Penelope's a baby. If you've had 3 kids, you know what this is. I'm a 3rd child. This one's going to be a class clown. One that needs notoriety. And for 2 years, she's going to get noticed. And then she'll just be here with the family and we'll find another bulldog. Bulldogs don't live that long. 7 years, anything past that. Jesus, Bill, can you mute that or not? Okay, Bill's building walls in his basement right now for his daughter's bedroom. He bought that wood paneling and he's just shooting it in my ear left and right. So he muted himself. He'll get back on when it's time. What's up with the 2 chains? Okay, well, thank you for asking. These were my Uncle T's. My Uncle T was a hermit up in the mountains and didn't like people. He was a prison guard at Folsom Prison. I know what he did when he worked the towers. He told me to get a Mini 14. We can't talk about it, brings down your algorithm, but it's a thing that can, with no kick and super accuracy, 223 round. Let's not talk about that. These were his. I helped him pass away. I didn't help him. I was there holding his hand when he took his last breath, gagging on his fluids in his lungs because he had cancer. He didn't go to the doctor. He knew he had cancer. He told me. He was supposed to only live for 6 months, and he lived for 4 more years. And he got to watch me in my videos. His last meal was the lobster that I got him. And I didn't know if he was going to be dead or alive when I got off that boat. I raced straight up there, and it was for Thanksgiving. And I gave it to him, and we ate. And then I went to another family party. And my niece that was taking care of him went to her family party, and he shit himself all the way to the bathroom and was embarrassed. Cancer's a terrible thing, guys. So these chains represent my uncle. Now, he didn't put these silly little fish on them. That's a 75-pound halibut from Alaska. This is a vermilion that I took the ear bones out of. Bertha. Yeah, what a great name, man. Bertha was the name of. I left home at 15, and there was one of my friends. They were twin sisters. They lived in San Diego, and their mom and a whole bunch of families just kind of adopted me. I didn't stay anywhere. I just kind of moved around the catch, helping the kid get out of high school, hoping that he doesn't do drugs, hoping he doesn't start robbing things besides cars. Now kids don't even want to drive cars. I don't get that. What happened on 2 Chains? Yeah, people do call me 2 Chains. What happened on your stream today? I'm just telling you the same thing. You don't have to watch it. It's the same show as this. I thought Bill was going to go live, but Bill really doesn't want to be out there. He enjoys hanging out with me. He's in my ear right now. He's building a room. I thought that would be cool. Him building a room. You guys watching that and watching me perform. Bill doesn't want any of these nonsense. Bill's a commercial truck driver up in Canada. I know, Canada, we're supposed to hate each other. I don't hate that guy. That guy doesn't care about his government, and I don't care about mine. I do care about mine. We have brothers and sisters that died for this country, and this country is coming back because of Trump. You can kill my algorithm right now. I don't care. Trump's in charge for 4 years. So for 4 years, for 2 years, I'm going to be supported by Trump and the algorithm. You see Mark Zuckerberg just out there putting a post every time he eats something now. He's part of the cool kid crowd again. He never been a cool kid. Now Mark Zuckerberg's put me in Facebook jail more than anybody I've ever seen. My algorithm's screwed over there. So I bounce back and forth. YouTube's where I want to be. Am I this famous yet? Absolutely not. I know it. But I got videos every time I make a short. My one I made yesterday wasn't even my footage of Grunion. Put that song behind it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you saw the one on Facebook that only has 15 views. Okay. The one over on YouTube, no, hang on. The one on YouTube only has 15 views. The one over on Instagram and Facebook, 1,000 on Instagram, not a big deal. But let me look at Facebook. I'll give you the current updated picture. Hang on, I gotta move Bill's picture. Hang on, Bill. If I knock you off, Bill, I'll bring you back. But hang on. Brent Mitch. Okay, let me thumb through. Look at everything I posted. There you go, Bill. A lot of people wanted to see you today, but there's no. Okay, Grunion Love. Hang on. Where are we at on it? 19,000 views. I don't know if you can see that. 19. That's what I got paid right there. $1.50. You ain't making money this way. You're making money through sponsors, kids. 19,000 views. That's what I got. So, I feel like Lobster was a person, it would be you. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do remember you, Factor, because you came in here and you were trying to get, calling me a loser dad or something. I don't know. And then we talked and you seemed like a cool dude. I think you're up in Washington or something like that. Don't worry. With my travels, going up to visit Bill, I'm going to go through Washington. My sister moved out of California. She couldn't handle anymore, and she lives in Washington. Still a liberal state, but she lives out on the border of Ohio over there. She would have moved to Ohio, but guess what? My brother-in-law never smoked or drank in his life, but got lung cancer and fought it, and they cut a little piece of his lung out. And he couldn't move there because he's Kaiser. It's a hospital group, and they wouldn't cover him over there. So he had to stay in Washington. So they live in the lower part so she can see her oldest daughter grow. She moved her whole family up there, all my nieces and nephew. Love them all. No, I told you. Oh, Jesse, is that you? Oh, fuck, man, my edible's hitting. Jesse, hey, Jesse, is okay, hang on. Hang on, Jesse. Cheers, brother. Cheers. Bill's cheersing me. Jesse, do you see the lobster hot dogs? What are you going to make with yours? Tomorrow I will be, listen, I'm not going through your product. Don't worry. I had 4 harbor bugs myself. God, you know, I mean that was a blessing being able to do this for you. I have your smallest one in there in the solution. The other two are in the freezer. It's going to take a couple months. I got to get this puppy thing. I got a lot going on. So, going to do a lot of driving on Tuesday after work. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to San Diego. I'll end up down there hanging out with my buddy for a night. That's where I grew up. I'm going to drop off this leather right here. So I want you guys to envision what's going to happen with my friend's custom. He's opening a custom spear gun shop, and I'm his first client slash. I'm going to promote the fuck out of this guy. And it's my buddy Captain. He's a captain. Captain of my dive boat. And what I'm going to do is, this is my favorite spear gun right here. Okay? Metal Tech. This is from Rife. They stopped making them and they broke the mold. Julie Rife even told me she broke the mold, so I'm not stepping on Rife's toes. They don't want... Rife's more for free divers. I need something that is negative weight. That means when you shoot a fish and the spear's out, now this is going to be your protection from sharks and sea lions. That's what's going to come get you. Sure, occasional... there's a lot of animals that'll come check out, try to take your meal from you. Do not give it to them. If you give it to them, that means they can go up to any other divers and take it. And there's divers out there that would actually die if a shark came up to them because they think they're going to get eaten. So, this is your gun, Trent. You can have it back. Or you can buy one from Captain Ian. They're going to be... Listen, it costs $300 just for the parts, the trigger and everything, and the shaft. Shaft. And so the first one that's going to be made, I'm bringing down this skin to him. This is very important skin to me. If you go back to August, it was my friend Star's birthday, and she asked me to come up. I was already there in May with Trent. One of the greatest trips ever. And Trent, and all my other boys, do not ask me to go up there. But we might have a summer trip. We might. It's in the works. I'm keeping it hush-hush. I'm keeping it hush-hush. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. They're just booked to the hill with charters. So, we got to figure out, maneuver around that. Don't worry. Got it. This gun is going to be no more. This gun's going to go back to Trent. Because he let me borrow it. He's a good friend of mine. And he bought like 5 of them because he knew they were going to be out of business. The gun I'm going to get is going to be teak. It's going to be inlaid with a racing stripe down the side that he's going to router out and put the skin in on both sides. One side's going to be white, one side's going to be gray, just like a halibut. It's going to be 76C. I think that's how big it is. It's going to be 3 bands, red, white, and blue bands. Trent has the red, white, and blue bands on his gun. I gave them to him. All-American kid, that guy, Trent. She does like the butt of the gun, so we're going to keep the butt of the gun like this. We are going to put a hole through it because this is going to kill halibut, and it's going to kill halibut everywhere. Up in Alaska, down here, down in Southern California. This year, I'm not going to sit there and say, wow, I did great last year because I only got 43 halibut. This is the board right here, 900 pounds. It does not include that 204-pound halibut. That's hers. She caught it. I was standing next to her. I cheered her on. She fought that thing for an hour and a half. They have electric reels, but those electric reels don't work when they're that deep and they're that big. They'll burn out the motor in those things. Those things cost money. Now, I was up there just having fun on our birthday. We came all the way back from law and watched a movie with Bricklin in bed. My wife's already in bed. Okay. Having the time of her life watching movies. She loves watching movies, and if she can introduce the youth, well, the youth is her friend's daughter who goes to Long Beach State, and she's a sophomore. I don't know what that makes her, 20, 21, something like that. If you want to know who she is, she's my butter, my lobster butter last year. If you go back, way back, and you've been following me, I invented lobster butter. And this life is blessed for me. I do not look at failure. I do not look at depression. If I can't succeed at something, we don't accept it. Me and Bill won't accept it. Me and Bill can be on easy street. God, with dyslexia and just changing my ways and you know what I'm going to do over there in Dolly Doll's world. I've already mastered this. I've been in jail too many times. I'm becoming famous without having to bow down to what they want you to bow down to. And because of that, doors are opening up for me. This is what happens when you're a good person in life, Emily. That's my daughter that hates me. I get to go out of this life for the next 25 years entertaining you guys, showing you my new friends' spear guns. What do I get out of it? I don't know. I get to see a young man with a young family fulfill his dreams. And if I can help him on the way, great for me. If I can't, and this is just a dream, and he makes me a beautiful gun, and I give it to Star for her birthday, after I've killed all these halibut. The gun's being built for Star. I will abuse the fuck out of the gun. I know you can't say gun, but it's a spear gun. I am that good at this. If you thought I was good at lobster, it's now, guess what time of year? Halibut. I can smell it. I'm going to have halibut skin shoes. But before I get halibut skin shoes, let me tell you something that I'm going to tell you right now. I'm also dropping off my leather from the lingcods. You know, the lingcods that nobody can kill, and I killed them. Made a big deal about it. Because it's not rock season, but if you're a spear gun guy, you can go down. We cannot take too many of any fishes as they've gotten you fishers. Guys fishing, rod and reel, they got you. They'll tell you that this one's extinct, that's extinct. You know what they did take away from us divers? Abalone. You know what Eric on the board, the commission board, and he said it on Wednesday? He said, we need another 10-year study. So for 10 more years, you dads cannot take your kids out to show them how to get abalone. Raise your hand if your dad took you to get abalone. Or your grandpa. Ah, that's right. Eric here thinks that he owns the ocean. And he thinks global warming's happening. Let me get his name. Eric Skelton. Sklon. You guys voted him in. He weaponizes the fish and game. So if you don't agree with him, he sends the fish and game to your house. Facts, as you kids say. Eric also will tell you that he's a diver. He is not a diver. You're not welcome in my community, bitch boy. And how I can say this is you are so pale, you're blue. Now, Eric here and his board up there, Fish and Game, will lecture you about Black History Month. That was last month, shortest month of the year. I think it's a little racist, but that's just me. Nobody's black up on that board. So you're only going to give them 1 month? I think that's a crime. Let them have all 12 months like I have. And then Melissa is her name on the board. What she does is she's going to lecture you about, she calls them indigenous people. I call them Indians. I don't know if it's wrong. I asked an Indian if I can call them an Indian, and they said it's okay. Bill's married to an Indian, and her dad was a chief, and she said I can call them Indians. He has 2 Indian kids. Bill, you don't mind if I say you have 2 Indian kids, right? Nope, it's fine, he says. And you'll go up on a board and they'll lecture you about indigenous people and their rights and how we need to celebrate them, but there's not one of them up on that board. Why? What the fuck, white woman, Melissa? 10, 10 more years. When you were on the boat, that's what they were deciding. And Eric wanted to make it clear. I yelled at him twice. How you doing, Steven? I yelled at him twice, Trent, and I have it all on video. The wardens, I'm under investigation again, but who cares? I mean, they're federally funded. Trump's my president. So what happened is Eric was getting yelled at by all my mom's friends. Not my mom, but, you know, old ladies that voted for Camilla and think that Trump's a bad orange person. I was watching them. This is what I do. It's how I read people. And I'm just going through watching, because you can put your face up there if you want it, or you're just a screen with an outline in it. I put myself out there. I don't care. Look at me. Sometimes I pick my nose. Sometimes I don't. And they muted our mics, which is illegal. He said that I wasn't allowed to say what I said, and then he cut my mic off and then made it look like it was my fault. Don't worry. I have it all on video. Eric, you're not in my league. You're a pasty little white bitch. And, by the way, everybody in California and everybody else, the commissioners that run the fishing game, the lady running it just got voted in in August, or when was that last thing? God, at the beginning of January, whatever they were trying to get rid of the sea bass, the white sea bass. Make that illegal to kill. Well, that lady doesn't even know what a coyote is. But I'll be damned, they're going to save this world. They're going to take abalone from me and my friends. They have no money for surveys. They don't do any testing. They just take. Eric even said that the kelp has left not because of the ridiculous stuff of urchins. Urchins fight the same thing. They eat kelp. You let them be protected. They're changing our world in a negative way, but they'll tell you I'm wrong with global warming. I'm going to the next meeting, and I will control myself. I'm 54. I don't have to threaten people anymore. I will stare you in the eyes. I'm not a keyboard warrior. My wife will go with me in case I have to be bailed out of jail, and then I got a friend named Trent that will bail me out of jail. Trent, you want to go? I'd love to take you. I know you don't have time for this nonsense. You got your own things, but I'll give you the dates. If you want to join me in Sacramento, we can go up and we can stay at my uncle's property with my niece, and we can have lobster dinners. And it's normally 2 days, but everybody's getting online and jamming up their system. The old people on the other side, the liberal side, are mad at them because all the funding's gone. All your funding's gone. You have nothing, Eric. You have a house of cards that was built on a house of cards. Your boss, Gavin Newsom, not around anymore, homie. He's on the podcast trying to change his image so he can run for president. Be a moderate Republican. Your gay kids, nobody gives a fuck about them. I love them. That wouldn't hurt them. Like, they just don't get to go in front of the line. And men cannot have kids unless they adopt, and they can be excellent parents. I have no problem with that. But another man and another man cannot produce another child. It's just facts, as you kids say. So, I'm sure Melissa up on the board wants me to know that I'm wrong. Melissa, study up on me. I've been studying up on you. I'm going to berate you with your own words. I'm going to use them against you. I'm a master at this. Remember, I'm a narcissist. Ask my kids. You got me focused on you, Melissa. Eric, you definitely have me focused on you. You have nothing to do. I respect the wardens. The chief over there with 4 stars or whatever he is. He had to do something to get there. Something huge. Huge bust. That's why game wardens are out to prove themselves. They know if you're lying to them right when they come up to you. I don't have to lie. I have a GoPro on my head. Everything's been filmed the last 20 years. People blame me for going in lobster commercial pots because you see them in my video. Why wouldn't I dive where the lobsters are? They put them at their homes, you idiots. You don't have to go in them when you have my skills. Do I have videos of them underwater? I'm the only guy that has been underwater with a tank and had a free diver come up to me twice. That's a game warden. Show me their badge. I have it all on video. One guy was looking at me, trying to find me, and I come up and scare him. Those are called facts. And then he swam over to Trent and my buddy and asked them to go up. Me, he didn't want anything to do with. He knew I was filming him. It's just like law enforcement. They see a camera, they have to act right. They can't break your law. Just don't do anything wrong. Run your cameras. They're a federal agency. They ain't gonna do shit. I don't do anything wrong. I learned how to make a byproduct out of lobster. For tomorrow, I will be making another hamburger, and I'm gonna put green dye in it, food coloring, and I'll make the only lobster hamburger that's my Irish. Now, I don't have Irish in me. I'm German. Germans did a lot of things wrong, so I'm not a Nazi. Leave me alone. Was it in my family heritage? Absolutely. All of a sudden, listen, I don't know where you want to go with this. I love anybody and everybody. So if you want to try to say I'm racist, go ahead. I got you. It's like Melissa lecturing me about Black History Month. I see right through your bullshit, Melissa. Trump said that it's not a good idea to do Black History Month because it drives a wedge between us. But you had to mouth off right after he said that. Checkmate, bitch. Sit in the back of the bus, Melissa, white lady. Because the fun people, Americans, are all up in front partying. You're in back with your boyfriend, fucking Eric. I don't even know if you guys know how to have sex anymore. And if you do you know what hole to put it in? I say no. I know you do, Bill. All three. My God, Bill, you animal. Poor Sherry. You know what? You're in a loving relationship. This is what they say we should be in, right? So great for Sherry. She's enjoying it all the way to the end. She's helping Bill. She just worked. How many hours did she work today, Bill? Can I say, not the company, but can I say what she does? She carves up meat at a huge, huge place that all of us go. It starts with a C and ends with an O. And has a S in it and a T and a... And she cut meat up all day. She's one of the ones in the white vest. Does she have to hood up like in our country, Bill? They have to hood up. All the hair, like the guys have to wear hair things on their mask. They come out and talk to you. If you want rendered fat, you can go get it for, if you're going to do these skins. It's free for Bill. Well, I can't say that, Bill. I mean, what is she, like, yeah, come on, Bill. I'm kidding, psych, ha 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 ha. Tell Bill Edmonton is beating the Rangers 2-1, Bill. Nice FU mark. Yeah, Bill was up. He fixed his tractor today. He almost cut off his finger. I wanted to go live with him because it was so entertaining for myself. I was watching him we just sit in chat groups. And he's happy. He's going to put up one more panel and he's going to go work his 80-hour work week. And he's going to go watch that, and that'll be the end of his night. Any Jell-O shots, Bill? He made Jell-O shots. Cranberry and vodka is what he's drinking right now, but he's also been sweating all day, and it's... How cold is it, Bill? Give me the real temperature in my language right now. 5 degrees. He was out in his garage, and it was, 24 degrees, and he was hot, sweating. He got a new tractor for $400. I paid for my John Deere tractor. It's not a tractor, it's a lawnmower, but we like to pretend like they're tractors. And my John Deere thing cost me, delivered to my house, I think it was $2,800 back in the day. Now, I live in the country. I mow over everything. My job is to keep it clean cut in case there's a wildfire. I live on a creek. A creek goes through my backyard on 2.5 acres. I live in bliss. Bill just got 40 acres. He's got moose on there. What else are you going to eat, Bill? What else are you going to kill and eat on your property? Moose, geese. Are you allowed to do this, Bill? Ducks. No bag limit. 10 a day is a bag limit, but he's married to an Indian. I already told you that, so guess what he gets to do? I'm sorry, Native American. They get to kill them, and Bill will just process them. They're his kids, his family. So if you don't think me and Bill are having our best lives and living the best way we can, I've lived high on the hog forever. Biden came to town and it sunk my business. I live in Dingbat, California, where Eric and Melissa will teach me how to love black people. But I don't think there's any in her family. There's some in my family and I love them. You fuck with them, you fuck with me. So fuck you, Melissa. Eric, you pasty little bitch fucking non-diver. Don't ever try to relate to us that go out and dive. And don't tell us we can't have abalone for 10 more years. Trump's my president. If I make this happen, you all that hated me before, but now I'm good friends with you. I'm talking about free divers. You have to free dive for them in here in California. There's snails on top of each other underwater. I've had hamburgers out of them because the guys that got lobsters taught me to get lobsters. That was their favorite thing in the off season. Mine is halibut. My dreams are coming true. I'm going to promote the fuck out of my boy Ian, and he knows what he's doing. You want a spear gun? Contact me right now. I'll get you in that. This is all this guy wants to do. Custom spear gun. So thank you for muting me, Bill. He was jacking my ear again. He's doing his last panel. Where am I at on time? 15 more minutes. Okay. When I tell you this, I'm going to show you that you can go out there with your kids, teach them how to do this. I'll make sure it's safe. Don't go buy your kids spear guns and tell them to go do it and find their friends to do it. Because if they don't know what they're doing, they will die. If you go in caves for lobsters, because that's where they're at, if you take your gear off like I take my gear off, you want real warriors that know what they're doing. My buddy Trent, I've watched him this season grow. I've watched him come from a puppy. He's the one that named me Sea Wolf. He's Land Wolf. He's my boy. I was talking to him today when he was driving back, or yesterday. Sorry, Trent. And the trip got canceled. And he doesn't care. He was just happy to be out there with the men and the women. Did you get it up, Bill? Let me see a picture. Take it over there. All right, all right, he needs a hammer. Jesus. So when I say my life is fulfilled and I have people that have my back, I've been under investigation and somebody said that to the game wardens that I put $50 in, or I don't touch it, but it goes in the middle console of my truck. I had a meeting with the captain. We had everything okay. Now I'm taking on Melissa and Eric, so I don't know where we're at. He doesn't answer any more questions. He's not allowed to, probably. He just wants to end his career. He had 5 years left. He only has 3 years. I'm the star. They won't come to my house, or they will. If they come to my house, then I put up the videos and show the buffoonery that happened to me. They're federally funded by Trump. I don't have a problem. Eric, you got the problem. You took abalone away from us for 10 more years. You saw one reaction to a real man right there. His dad probably took him. Trent, if you're still here, did your dad take you? Your uncle, your grandpa? Or did you just go do it yourself, you maniac? which means I can go up and I can, if I can control my temper, I don't want to be tased. I've cased out the room. I know there's a game warden on each one of the doors that protects. Listen, the guy with all the stars on his sleeve, I know that he's probably not even allowed to drive his own car. He has chauffeurs, people that are trained to get out of situations and keep the chief, the top guy, healthy. I'm not after them. They work for Trump. They're federally funded. I told you this. You, Eric, you little bitch boy, step down. Because I've stopped focusing on my daughter. I'm clear. Coming for you, bitch boy. You're not a diver. Sure, you might dive once in a while you're on vacation with Scuba Steve down in Puerto Vallarta. He's my best friend. Fair weather diver. You better put a whole bunch of sunscreen on, and I guess that gives you cancer too. I don't know what happens with sunscreen anymore. I wear it. Look at my eyes. I'm getting wrinkles. After a long trip that I didn't even shower until you take that shower because you've been in the bush of Alaska for 4 days, diving every day. You're not on my level, bitch boy. You better study me like I've studied you. Because I've caught you in your dumb lie of global warming and global bullshit. And I ain't backing down. My dad taught me to be a... Yeah, Bill says thanks for the minus 50 degree weather global warming up in Canada this season. It's reciprocal. All the tests they do are fake. They don't have money to test anymore, so they just take away fish on willy-nilly. They don't even care. Do not settle for 4 out of 5. They want to take away sand bass from everybody. Go fuck yourself. Stand up and have a voice. This is our country, we the people. They're going to tell you that they're just donating their time. They have special interest up their ass like nobody's business, and they pissed the special interest off. Because special interest goes... Okay, mute me. Jesus, thank you. Special interest goes with the president. President and funding and money. It's how the world works. So, Melissa, no more speeches on you being so pure and beautiful up there and telling us how to get along with other cultures. We've already figured it out. My parents put an end to it. My dad taught me to love everybody. Is racism out there? Sure. The racism is big money for business that makes people hate each other for no fucking reason. And if you're not clear enough to see that, you're not a friend of mine. Like I said, I have a family that I met through my wife. My own family kicked me out. Mom doesn't even talk to me anymore not because of anything except for the change in the office. She was my best friend and my biggest fan before Trump. Now Trump's in office, she won't even take my calls. She just takes texts from me. Love you, Mom. Don't worry, I got you. Anything happens, I'll come over there like I always do. I'm your son. Thank you for marrying my dad. Real man. Trained me to be a real man. Enough of this bullshit that's been happening. Eric, you're not in my world. You're a pasty little bitch that believes in global warming and giving everything to China. Where do you think lithium comes from? Who owns lithium? China. All of our fish commercially caught, these lobsters, why you've never tasted the ones that you don't even know about because they don't have pinchers. California spiny lobsters, they all get caught and go to China. $100 a pound, baby. They screw our commercial guys. or they don't. They make them rich. And now everybody on that board's corrupt as fuck. Because they've been paid off by universities. You're watching it left and right. You don't want to believe it because you voted the other way, but finally 90% of us said no more. I believe it happened on my birthday, July 13th, when Trump got shot in the ear. Woke a lot of you people up that didn't even think that it was happening. Thought everything was fake news. That's a real man getting shot. You want to argue with me about numbers? You want to watch Gavin Newsom become the next president? Because he's a chameleon that knows how to work and turn his back on people when it's time to turn his back on people? I stay true to who I am. I'm not turning my back on anybody. Eric, you're a bitch. You were telling all of your people that you supported so good, and you all had all this money coming in, all these rich ladies putting MPAs everywhere. You had it stacked in the room. Your saltwater guides got us all together and got us there. I want everybody to know this is me. This isn't Dave speaking. Dave got us there. It's up to each and every one of us as American to make sure Eric gets off this board. It's up to each and every one to make sure Melissa doesn't give us a speech on how to only love black people for a special month, which is the shortest month. Shame on you, Melissa, for even opening your mouth, telling me that you won't tolerate anything. You gotta listen, we the people. I have a right to talk about it as long as I stay on topic. So I get to go talk a month, or I think 2 minutes every time, every session. If you need me to talk about abalone, because that's what you're talking about, talk about abalone. You want me to talk about fish? God damn, I'm wearing shoes that are made out of fish leather. I'm Mr. Sustainability. To the lady that knows nothing about coyotes but's in charge of making rules for our country, or our California, sorry. You shouldn't have accepted that. That dumb bitch that gave that to you, she was smiling when she gave it to you. And you're dumb enough to say, I don't even know what a goddamn coyote is. You made the wardens look like bitches. Don't make them look like bitches. They're not bitches. They're real men and women that will come to your house without a warrant. They can write one in your driveway. They're the only agency that can, but they're federally funded. Trump's got my back. I'm okay with this. Eric, Trump doesn't have your back. Because you even told us last time that... What did you say? Oh, that's right. The kelps left because of global warming. You're still fighting that. -50 weather, Bill wants to say. He's up in Canada. He doesn't care about you, Eric. I care about you. You're my new project, Eric. You're my new daughter, and according to her, I'm a narcissist. Don't fuck with narcissism. You really going to give us 10 more years of science? Oh, Kristen's calling. Bill, can you text her saying I'm live? Thank you. Tell her I'm almost done. I got 3 more minutes. So, this is what I'll wrap up my show saying. Either you like it or you don't. You support it or you don't. I'm going to infect you in many different ways. Go to Dolly Molly World on YouTube. Subscribe. It's going to be G-rated for your kids. I'll have hoodies and everything like that. You could go to seawolf13.net and subscribe there, but it's too controversial. I'm taking on my own California government. And our Governor Gavin Newsom is what we call him, is now doing podcasts with all the opposition, showing he's a real man that can hang in there. Turned his backs on the gays, because the first question I have, and to the real gays out there. Kristen said, okay, thanks, homie, to you, Bill. Happy Sunday. God damn. Well, you guys are great. All right. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. If you enjoy this, 5:30 to 6:30, I show up on all social media. So sometimes I go live on Insta. Sometimes I go live on Facebook. They're the ones that promote me the most. Mark Zuckerberg has taken a 960-degree turn. I guess he's an MMA fighter now. He's hanging out. He's even taking pictures of him eating meals out like I do and you do. You have a good night too, Bill. Peace, brother. Good job. I will be back on those. Seawolf 13 or Brent Mitch, BrentMitsch on the book. If you like my short, make a comment in the short, share it out to your friends. If it appeals to you, if it doesn't, leave it alone. If bulldogs appeal to you, I'm the bulldog owner. I've owned one for 11 and a half years, my first one. Fell in love with the breed. Now I have a son. We introduced a daughter. And this one, I'm going to show you what it's like to be a third child. I'm a third child. She's going to be the greatest thing ever. And that being said, my life is blessed. I'm sorry, baby girl, you don't want to be your daddy's friend anymore. I get it. Your dad would never accept money from a grandpa not to talk to his family. Live with that. Live with the letter you wrote me. Do not try coming back on. I've already smashed you once. I don't want to do it anymore. It's bad for my algorithm. Enjoy your life. Enjoy my grandkids. I can call them mine. And if you want to protect them from me, god damn, I'm going to become so fucking famous. They're going to ask questions, why? And if you're going to tell them what your mom's put in your brain, shit. Weston, quit sucking the nipple. Quit sucking the tit like I told you in our last conversation. You would have had $550 worth of stuff from Promar. Huge company. If you don't know what it is, Weston, Google it. Those are my people. This is my life. And I love it. Sorry, as a father, I can't enjoy it with my own kids. It's not my own doing. It's a goddamn cuckoo fucking bird mother that's a narcissist that has a dad that pays you for a house, Weston? Allegedly? Let's throw in allegedly. All you have to do is Google his property and find out who owns the house. Control. That's a real narcissist, Wes. You look stupid. I'm about to go down and get your sister, your new sister. You were there for my last daughter, Penelope. It's the last time I saw my son. Pickup day. He's having so much fun in life with him. Emily already stopped talking to me. They couldn't infect him because he was a true man, but then he decided to be a bitch. How'd they do it? Grandpa bought him a house. Allegedly. Checkmate, Bruce. You're just like Eric. You're just like Melissa. You're a hypocrite. To Corey. You're a terrible human being. I don't have issues with you. I don't care. I've lived my life. I've thrived without you. And you are the Antichrist. Eric, you are the Antichrist. Melissa, you are the Antichrist. You guys all have a great night. Happy Sunday.